Alright, tip number one, always have a notepad and pen ready. What it means is that when you're speaking on the phone with the interviewer, you should have a pen and a piece of paper handy right in front of you so that you can make notes while you're speaking on the phone, and you can always refer to those notes later on. So it's very good to have that with you. Have your resume in front of you. The reason why we do that is because when you're speaking on the phone, the interviewer is going to be asking you some questions, and then you can look at the resume and then you can answer accurately and precisely as to what is there on your resume. So it's very good to have it right in front of you. 3. Know your resume well. This is very quintessential to succeeding in telephonic interviews. That's because you should know what you have written on your resume and where you have written things on your resume. What skills you have written on your resume, you should be very aware of all the information that is stored on your resume. So you should know the experience that you have listed on your resume, the special skills when you graduated. So you should be knowing all that. I mean, all this information should be on your fingertip, but it's good to know and understand your resume. So it's a good point to, it's a good thing to be aware of. 4. Speak like you know what you're talking about. I don't mean to say that, well, you just have to say something or you have to lie, but you have to sound like you know what you're talking about. You know, have you heard of the phrase, have you ever heard of the phrase, they say, fake it till you make it? I'm not saying you have to fake it all the time. Well, even if you're faking it, you have to, at the end of the day, make it. You know, you cannot fool all the people all the time. So you should know, you should sound like a professional person who is interested in getting a job. You should sound like you have the potential skills, you are the potential candidate, and you know all about the field that you are interested in. So you should speak and sound like you know about the company that you're applying for, you know about the role that you're applying for. So this is very important. So it all boils down to your preparation. You have to prepare and practice and prepare and practice. Number 5. Alright, if possible, try to use a landline instead of a mobile phone. It's because if you're on a mobile phone, you know, sometimes we have, if you're on a, if you're in a place where there is no network coverage, the line can drop, and then you'll be struggling with your interviewer, like, hello, what did you say, excuse me, beg your pardon, you know, and you'll be hemming and hawing and all that. So it's better, I'm not saying it will always be possible, but if possible, try to use a landline so that you don't have to worry about line getting dropped, or you're running on low bat, or your battery, or your mobile battery dying, or you know, all those things. So it's possible. I know we have all smartphones these days, but just a suggestion. Number 6. Make sure there are no distractions or noises around you. Make sure there are no kids around you. Make sure the TV is turned off. Make sure that the radio is turned off. Make sure, if you're talking on a landline, make sure your mobile ringtone or your mobile is turned to silent. You know, all these distractions can be very annoying during the interview process. So just make sure that you keep this in mind. Number 7, last but not the least, ask questions during the interview process. This is very important. The reason why we ask, or we say people, or the reason why I'm saying that asking questions during the interview process is very important is because if you ask questions, the interviewer will have a feeling that this candidate is interested in getting a job. You should ask questions about the role, you should ask questions about the company, you should ask questions about the work environment, so that the interviewer would know that this person is really interested in getting a job, and he is a potential candidate, and he is really keen in getting a job. So you're there not to answer questions, you're also there to ask questions. So it's like a two-way street, so just keep that in mind. So